Jo Lindner began his career as a factory worker, creating fitness content after hours. Over time, Jo became one of the most beloved and influential figures in the fitness world. But in 2023, after years of inspiring millions with his content, Lindner's life was tragically cut short. So what really happened to Jo Lindner? His unexpected death was first publicly announced by his girlfriend, Nica, along with fellow fitness influencer and close friend Noel Diesel. In the post, Nica described the events leading up to Lindner's death and said the cause was an aneurysm, an abnormal bulge or dilation of a blood vessel, typically found in an artery. It typically occurs when the blood vessel wall weakens and becomes thin. This causes the vessel to bulge outward and potentially rupture. Nica also said that 3 days before his death, Lindner repeatedly mentioned neck pain that wouldn't subside. A brain aneurysm is often asymptomatic, and a person with one often doesn't know they have one until it ruptures. When it does, it causes bleeding in and around the brain. This rupture can manifest itself with symptoms such as severe headaches, neck pain, and loss of consciousness. So, although there were noticeable symptoms and the cause of death was confirmed, fans continued to wonder what led to the aneurysm in the first place. Many were particularly confused because Lindner's work revolved around physical fitness. They assumed his overall health was well above average, as was his physique. But regardless, theories began to swirl, with fans pointing to his past steroid abuse, the number of vaccinations he had received, genetic factors, and many others. Some believed that even simple lifestyle trends, such as frequent flying and intense training, were responsible. While it's difficult to pinpoint a single cause, a combination of factors likely played a key role in this case. Although Jo abused steroids at a young age, he was always honest about it and took steps to manage his health under the supervision of a doctor. After early risks, his new, health-focused approach set him apart in an industry where many risked their health by taking cycles without supervision. But although he was eventually able to control his steroid abuse and take his health more seriously, the damage was less severe. A side effect of his steroid abuse was the development of gynecomastia, which caused a host of other problems. When you take anabolic steroids, your hormone levels fluctuate with each use. Then one day they're high, the next day they're low. Due to pressure from social media stemming from Jo Lindner's work as a fitness influencer, he felt it necessary to undergo gynecomastia surgery. Another important factor highlighted by fans was the genetic history of aneurysms in the Lindner family, particularly in the case of his aunt, who also died of an aneurysm just 4 years before him. There are several types of aneurysms that can have a hereditary or genetic component, and are more accurately known as familial aneurysms because they tend to run in families and are caused by a specific genetic mutation. While the genetic condition can strike at any time, there is also speculation that his lifestyle may have accelerated the process. Many fans even wondered if his iconic chest, which is actually called rippling muscle disease, had something to do with it. When he tried to stretch his muscles, he couldn't keep up with their relaxation, so he couldn't stretch as quickly as he wanted. Even simple household tasks were difficult for him. But the condition actually made lifting difficult because he had to move much slower to prevent his muscles from contracting or even tearing. He tried to get rid of it for years, but had no luck. And while this is very unusual, it had no real impact on causing the aneurysm. Lindner's death cannot be blamed on one factor or another. A more likely cause is a combination of factors related to his demanding lifestyle. Lindner's tragic death shed light on the fitness industry and the pressure it can place on those within it. Fitness influencers are often torn between their health and their appearance on social media, leading many to make unhealthy long-term decisions. These often appear as steroid abuse or unrealistic diets, which can be self-destructive for the user even if the benefits are temporary. With creators like Sam Sulek being praised for their steroid use, the negative impact is being rewarded throughout the industry. And this is not a criticism of the industry itself, but rather of the industry and its audience, who have created an environment in which the glorification of steroid abuse thrives. Even if you look healthy and toned on the outside, sometimes that may not be the case on the inside. Therefore, health screenings and safe practices, which Jo advocated so strongly, are crucial to maintaining good health. He inspired millions to embark on their fitness journeys and transform their lives while remaining positive. Jo Lindner helped promote the importance of health and created a community where people supported each other, not brought each other down. The outside gangs opposing his lifestyle separated him from everyone in the industry, but he will be remembered as someone exceptional and motivating those around him. He took all the right steps to stay healthy, yet the worst possible outcome occurred. So, while there are factors you may not be able to control, keep an eye on what you can and live life with purpose. His life and legacy remain a lesson, and his impact on the industry will never be forgotten.